Hello, my name is Matthew. Uh, Recently, I've been reading Livy for the past few nights, the Roman historian. But I was excited that I had a little package arrive in the mail today. I got it after work. It's something that I had ordered for myself. And it's The Complete Little World of Don Camillo by Giovanni Guareschi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'll show you the cover. It's great. And I read the first short story, and it was just wonderful. Uh, so you learn very quickly Don Camillo is a hot-headed Italian priest, and the story begins with him giving a sermon. And during the sermon, there's an older man and a young girl canoodling right in the front row, and it completely sets him off. And he goes on to this thundering rant for the rest of the sermon. And afterwards, he's collected himself and everything's done. And while he's leaving, he's on his bicycle, and out of the bushes, a cane whacks him on the back. He can't find who did it. So he goes home, or he goes wherever he goes, maybe back to the church, and he prays to God. He prays to Jesus. And Jesus talks back to him. And not only do they have a conversation, they have an argument. What does he say? Gosh, it's so funny. So he says he got whacked on the back, and Jesus says, well, just rub a bit of oil and water on your back and say nothing. And he goes on, and he's being sassy with Jesus, and he brings up the Old Testament. And Jesus responds, he goes, are you going to tell me about the Old Testament? And it's just a perfect balance of a little bit of moralizing, or kind of settling with humor. It's perfect tone. So later on, another character, his name's Papone, or Paponi, or however you say that in Italian. And he confesses. He says, I was the one that whacked you on the back. And he says, why? And Papone says that he didn't like his political attitudes during his rant. So Don Camillo goes back to talking to Jesus and says, like, can I break one candlestick over his back? Just one candlestick. And Jesus has to kind of talk this guy off the ledge, and says, like, no, your hands are for blessing, not fighting. Well, so instead, he tells Papone to have like Hail Marys and like, I don't even know what they're called, Our Fathers and Hail Marys, 10 Our Fathers, 10 Hail Marys. And he finds himself, Don Camillo finds himself straight behind Papone, and he's like bent over tying his shoes or something. And so Don Camillo, sort of like as an aside back to Jesus, says, like, well, my hands are for blessing, but what about my feet? And Jesus says, okay, one kick. And so he kicks the guy in the ass. And Papone goes, I was waiting for you to do that. So he wanted to get kicked in the ass. Don Camillo was happy that he kicked him in the ass. And it ends with, Jesus said nothing, but you could tell he was happy too. Just such... I was chuckling and laughing and fully on board with this new character that I just met. It's like a 3-page short story. already this video is longer than it would take you to read the short story. But I mean, what character development wins you over that quickly? And this thing is, let me see, it's over 200 pages. I don't know. Um, yeah, it looks like maybe 24 of these short stories, and I could probably read them all tonight. If they're as good, if the rest of them are as good as this one, see Andy. Um, I feel like my soul is set for the next few days. Um, so wonderful. Uh, and a new writer. This whole thing is completely new to me. Reading Livy and The Little World of Don Camillo are both recommendations from Steve Donahue. Steve, if you're watching, thank you very much. Great recommendations. Um, so I don't know if you are watching at this point. Um, Let me know if you would be interested in me talking about more of these. Uh, I am just blown away after having just a stressful, frustrating day. Not because of my work, but because of the world that we are all living in at the moment. I'm totally fried, uh, and I feel like I've just been whipped up like cream with these 5 pages. Just exactly what I needed. I feel like I'm probably being overly effusive, but um, just a shot of energy that I needed. So, what did I read? I didn't even tell you the title of the story. A Sin Confessed. A Don Camillo story by Giovanni Guareschi. So leave a comment if you would like. Let me know if you've read anything else by this author, if you've read any of these short stories or anything else that this guy has written. In 5 pages, he has completely won me over. So please let me know um, if you've read anything else by this guy. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope everyone's doing well, and take care. Thank you.